All right, we're ranking. What did we decide we're ranking?
Tonight we're ranking the top 3 guests that we've ever had on this podcast. More to come, hopefully live in the stew.
Yeah, in honor of potentially a groundbreaking guest. I don't want to act like it's like the guest.
It's not groundbreaking.
Like if we broke Lamar news, that would be groundbreaking.
Right.
That's probably our peak.
Honestly, I would rather have the guest that we're going to potentially have than have the Lamar scoop
No,
first.
come on.
Bro, no one believes us.
They
Except these fucking idiots from Philadelphia. Those are the only people that bite at this stuff. We have to stick to our lane.
Yeah, we do.
So we're going to rank the top 3 guests that we've ever had on the podcast. The reason that we're going to rank this is because right when DJ Moore got traded, all I had to say was fuck him. He gave us the worst interview ever. And it got me thinking, who have been some of the best guests that we've had? And we've had a lot.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
So
And we're about to get back in the guest flow, too.
we are.
Yeah.
We are about to be back in the guest flow. And this is no disrespect to any of these interviews. It's just this is what ranked is, baby.
Yeah,
it's the
GOAT.
it's the nature of the game. I'm going to let you start.
All right, greatest podcast number 3 is Jared Dudley. Why? Because he's created so much content for us, and we never had to talk to his dumbass. So I'm putting Dudley
So
at
Jack's
3.
first guest is someone we've never had on the podcast, who we've had a Zoom with his name on it.
Right.
Because he was watching. Jared Dudley
Just focus.
is such a fucking narcissist.
You would do the same thing.
Obviously.
Okay.
I still watch like fucking overnight camp,
Yeah.
intercamp game highlights.
Fire.
Imagine those existed. My first 3, my brother. You're sorry you're 3, but there's reasons for that, is Derek White. First in-person interview we ever did. I was nervous as shit. I was living in Philadelphia.
The lights were on.
I was
it a
coming to
little
New
hot.
York. It was our first time in the studio. We'd never interviewed anybody in person. We have everything that we see from this guy on the court, off the court, is that he's a quiet, reserved guy. And this guy came in. It took a little bit to warm up, but by the time we're chatting cereal and Chipotle vinaigrette, this guy's the most entertaining guy on the internet. And then we get traded him to Boston. The bump happens. He goes to the finals. He's been balling out even more this year. Derek, you're the fucking man, and we'll have you on anytime you want. My number 2, from the Cincinnati Bengals, Evan McPherson. This was part of... Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, is this like 2020 vision / like how his career played out?
No.
Okay.
No. The reason that I'm saying Evan McPherson, and I have no really outstanding relationship now with Evan McPherson, so I'm not, I'm just being honest, is we did the Evan McPherson interview during our draft series where we would interview a bunch of, so at this point he had not been drafted. He did not know where he was going. He was going into the draft, coming out of UF. And genuinely, Jack, I know we say a lot of stupid shit on this pod, even with our guests. This was the most fascinating interview to me that we've ever had. Go back and listen to the Evan McPherson pod. He's 2 years in the league now, right?
Yeah.
So probably around this time or April of 2021.
Yes.
2021 was 2 years ago.
Yeah. COVID was over 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy. And he broke down the science of kicking a football, and it's not just putting your foot on the leather. There's so much that goes into it. Torque, this, that. I could have talked to him for an hour and a half just asking him questions about kicking. And for that reason, for it being solely fascinating content to me, I'm going Evan McPherson too.
Yeah, it's a good call. Apparently his brother, who kicks at, I think, Auburn.
Is his name Jesse or Jordan?
His name is not either, but he wants to come on the pod potentially. So
How do you know?
Someone who's friends with him at school hit me up and said, "Do you want Money McPherson on the pod?" I was like, "We already had him," and they were like, "No, his brother I'm friends with." So maybe Baby McPherson, the baby goat of kicking, we'll talk to him.
Older brother.
Older? No. He's got a younger.
He's got
brother.
a kicking family.
Yeah.
Alex McPherson was an all-state kicker.
Look it up. Look up Auburn. I think he's an Auburn guy, and Evan kicked at Florida.
Brother Alex.
Yeah, I know my brother trees. I know. All right, go back to my number 2 because I forget who I put at number 2. My number 2 favorite guest on the Snapback podcast is Abe Grant.
My computer won't load.
Oh my God! All right, if I had,
it was.
Okay.
Do you think the mic picked that up?
No, it didn't. My number 2 guest, or my favorite guest, is Trayvon Diggs. He gave the funniest interview
Did he?
we've ever had.
I gotta go back and listen.
It was a draft series pod, and in the moment, I wasn't sure how he was gonna vibe, and that because we were going through our Wonderlic test, and then we asked him we asked him if you're running a race and the person in front of you passes you and they finish in second place, what place do you finish in? The answer, I believe, would be third, or it was supposed to be second, and he was like, I wouldn't lose a race, and it just had me cracking up.
Good
because
content.
It was a long line of
the
interviews.
draft series interviews are almost probably some of the best because like these kids, like, don't tell them.
Yeah.
They think we're legit.
Yeah.
And they're
we
just,
are. I mean, look at this.
we have a light. And a stew. We got a stew. So who's your number one?
Number one, Daddy Austin Eckler.
We haven't. It's kind of bullshit. We didn't get that scoop.
Yeah. Well, there's no scoop yet. Like I could source who is. I feel like that needs to happen almost.
Right? Like what we have a roster
I know.
of people that we can use. A good roster.
I know.
Like we don't have scrubs on this podcast.
No.
Like imagine that we had 3 free agent decisions at our hands.
Yeah.
Austin Eckler,
Yeah.
Trayvon Diggs,
Yeah.
2 All-Pro players, and Derek White played in the finals.
Yeah.
It's like we have.
We got peeps. We don't have like a line decision.
We do have inside info on Austin Eckler, but we're not going to release it yet.
Yeah, unless he texts me.
All I'm saying
number
is,
one is
you
Eck.
are
He took a shot on us early. He came back. He's become a friend. He's just like, and then he's a fucking animal too. Like, how about the fact that he's like one of the best running backs in the NFL?
One of the best running backs in football. He's one of the nicer guys that we've ever interviewed. He is sick at football. He
gets the
jacked.
content.
He loves content. He's doing all this stuff on the side. He sang for us.
Yeah.
He's come on more than once. He answers our texts. Like if you answer our texts, you're in good standing with me. It's hard enough to get Jack to answer a text. My number one, just because this was kind of a surreal moment, and I think I want to argue that he's the most famous person we've had.
He's not the most famous person.
I think he is.
had.
It's Joey Chestnut, the greatest athlete to ever walk this planet. Plain and simple. He refereed Jack and I having a banana eating contest.
You liked it for that reason, because you won.
Well, I don't really lose. But no, it was just sick. We had Joey Chestnut, the greatest ever at something. We haven't interviewed someone that's the greatest ever at anything, except Jared Dudley being a bald-headed fuck. That's about it. But go back and listen to Joey Chestnut interview. Another one. Joey is someone who me and him go back and forth on Insta DMs. He did ghost me last time when I asked him where he was going to be for the Super Bowl.
I think that's the game being the game. Like Austin goes.
If you ghost, like that's fine.
You gotta just.
I'll just say I would never ghost them. I think that shows the status level.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've ever ghosted like a blue check mark. Maybe. But you know, I got a lot of.
I've ghosted you. You've got to check.
Exactly. So the game be the game. So that's our ranked. Let us know. So
I think I won that.
Couple things. We've had the Discord. Once again, bother Eagleson in the Discord. You're going to want to be in there. But we finally opened up a podcast channel specific, and that's what I really was asking for. So we finally got that all ready to go. I got Casey on Discord today, and he's like, I'm a Discord guy now. You've never been a Discord guy, right?
Isn't that just like AIM?
It's like GroupMe, more, I guess, organized. Is
it just Slack?
It could be Slack.
Where every channel is a different topic.
Yeah.
Casey's at Discord. Imagine I came up to you, Jack. Like
I want to text you about stuff, but like it's through Discord. I want to get all our boys in Discord.
Okay, you just invented group messages.
Yeah. I don't know why I wanted to be on Discord.
Like imagine I came home from work one day and forget the idea of Discord. I just want to understand what Casey actually said to you.
It's organized.
And I look to you and I go,
though.
I'm a fucking Slack guy, man.
No, that shit's ass. Discord's a more fun.
What is the difference between Discord?
Anyways, get in the Discord.
Join
You'll
the
see
Discord.
what the fuck is up. You'll see what the fuck is up. Second thing, before we bring Eagleson on for What the Puck, Eagle, you can prepare yourself. Do you want to put out your hockey pick before he comes on, or do you want to listen?
I want to talk him through it because it's going to make him a little bit unhappy.
Okay.
I also have to place that bet.
Okay. You don't have to place it right now. What you got? Schefter, get your bracket in. Oh, before this, well, actually, go ahead. Eagleson, we will, unless you have anything important to say.
I mean, I just wanted to say shout out to Quinn92. He was a fun guest to have on, too.
Oh, fuck.
Quinn92, though, we were limited on what we could share with him. We couldn't clip anything. Remember that? It was like a weird
Yeah,
press
they wanted us to
embargo.
promote his album, but don't show
post
anything.
anything. Yeah, it was like just listen to the audio. So I mean, there were so many great guests. Jay Williams gave us 4.5 hours.
Oh my God, I forgot about OGJ. I was actually obsessed with Jay Williams for a long time. I still kind of am.
Jay Williams was amazing.
Nate Burleson, the OG.
Nate B has been great. Dare is obviously one of my favorite guests.
Ike Taylor.
Ike Taylor, yeah, he
was scary. It's pretty much if you come on this podcast and your name's not DJ Moore or Jared Dudley, we love you.
Yeah,
you're always welcome.
That is pretty much the case.
Like, who else wouldn't be welcome back?
I mean, no, everyone would be welcome
CJ
back.
was great.
Everyone would be welcome back. I would just say, like, there were a couple draft guys. Like, Miners was great, too. There were a couple draft guys who just, like, not because they didn't pan out in the league, they just weren't that into it.
Yeah, fuck Denzel Mims while we're at it.
We weren't Denzel Mims fans?
Well, he was kind of a dick, I think, and then he was bad at football. So
fuck him.
So what have you done for me lately, League?
That's true. All right, Eagleson. So shout out to Quinn92. Love that.